Hi, everyone. It's Pete the Pool Guy here with Professional Pool Care and Construction. Thank you so much for inquiring about building a pool with us. I have created a pricing spreadsheet here to help you out along with your build. This is something very simple tool to use that basically puts the power of choosing different facets of the build in your hands so that you can see in real time what your choices do to your budget and getting as close to your budget as possible without going over, right? As the price is right. So without further ado, here we go. Explain this stuff to you. Up here on the first columns here, you will see your sketch of the models that you choose. And if you notice right here, I've put comments in there to where we've got it explains each cell when you mouse over it what to do. So you'll see here, it'll say, these are the choices. It says add your deck square footage on average, and these are the different things that will help guide you along while you're using the spreadsheet. All right, so this cell right here, all the ones in gray are the ones that you will manipulate and make a choice. We'll start right here on the first section. This is your pool that you're going to select and the model that you want. Okay, so right now we do have Latham as one of our one of our suppliers here. Rainforest Pools is another supplier. This one's local. They do have some bigger pools at some really good prices there, and we also build concrete or gunite pools here for you as well. So what you would first do is let's just do I'll show you how this is done. You just click here on Latham, and then what I'll do in this next column here, I'll only show the Latham pools that are available. And if we go back, we can click Rainforest. And then if we go here for the pool, these are all the Rainforest pools that are available. All right. So similarly with concrete, if you click that, these are the dimensions of the three popular size of concrete gunite pools that we build. Once you click that in this first column, it will show you a SketchUp of what the possibilities are. Now, if you're clicking through a concrete gunite pool build, we basically can do whatever you'd like. And I take that on myself to design a pool for you after meeting with you and talking over what you want as far as steps, deep end, how deep, how wide, and the whole 9 yards. Okay. So let's just go ahead and click through on Latham here, and we'll select a Latham pool. We're going to select, how about we go with the Coronado? That Coronado will populate there. It'll show you what that is once we select it. And then it'll also give you the dimensions here, the depths, gallons, surface area, all this stuff here gets selected. Okay. This is how much the basic pool shell will cost. And then this is a shell with the color level 2 and then the color level 3. All right. Next is the spa. Okay. Since we've selected Latham, it sticks with the Latham spas. If you want us to add a spa onto there, if you have a pool and you want a spa built, I would select the Mystic, or I'm sorry, select any of these spillovers. Okay. Those are the ones that the spa is going to sit higher than your pool. And then when the water shoots into the spa, it's going to spill over into your pool, giving it a nice waterfall effect. Okay, so that's kind of what you want. If you want a separate spa, which some people do, you select just the regular with no spillover. So you would have a separate pool, and then you would have a separate spa, no spillover. You would have to have two sets of equipment in order for that to happen, because you're going to have separate equipment pumping to the pool and separate equipment pumping to the spa. Most people don't choose that. They usually will go with spillover. So let's just click that with a Mystic spillover here. And then this next box is your tanning ledge. That's if you can call it a kiddie pool, tanning ledge, whatever. And these are the two Latham tanning ledges that are available. And it populates that there, show you what it looks like. And consequently here, it's pushing all of that information into these boxes here. And it's taking into consideration the total tile linear feet. And that's the tile that you'll need on the build in order to essentially take your fiberglass pool and almost make it unnoticeable to the average person that it's a fiberglass pool, because that perimeter tile does set itself apart to, give you visually what a regular gunite pool would look like. So that you can see here, it says 139. If we kill this tanning ledge, that number drops to 112. So it's doing this calculation in real time for you. And then that also will down this build will change the numbers for your different tiles. If you select, that changes that number for you. Okay, total decking here. So now let's go on to your pool deck and we'll select this. It says add your deck square footage. Average pools have between 500 and 900 square feet. Now, I will have to say, generally, most of our customers want more deck because they want to be able to entertain out there. And if you select a, let's say, small decking around the perimeter of your pool and you don't have a lot of space to put like furniture for dining seating or big chase lounge chairs or whatnot, that's something that a lot of our customers will wish that they had more decking, usually later on. So, but let's just stay conservative on this. We'll just go with 500. And once you select that, it's going to change some numbers down below as far as your decking numbers, and you'll see how that looks. Drain track linear feet. It says drain track is used to drain the water from the deck, usually extends from one side of the house to the next, and that's usually what it is. So most houses are 40 to 60 feet wide. Let's just stick with 40 on this, and we'll select that, okay? So you can measure the side of your house, and if I go out to your house and we determine that we need more drain track to push the water away from your house, then then we'll go ahead and add a number to that. But still, you'll see that in real time. Doesn't change the number too drastically for the deck build, but it does in fact come into play. Now, screen enclosure. This it says this will usually be the square footage of your deck unless you want more deck outside of the screen enclosure. This decking, it does not include the Coronado square foot, the surface area of the Coronado. So surface area of the Coronado is 410. The decking is 500. And so we would have a total square footage of 910 screen enclosure square feet. All right. Next, here we have the screen linear footage. So let's say your house line is 40 going across, and let's say we have maybe 25 feet going from the house to the backyard. Okay, so on both sides, that would be 25 plus 25 is 50, plus your 40 going across. That would be 90 linear feet for your screen enclosure. Okay, and that's what we put there. And that helps calculate the footer for the screen enclosure. We have to pour a 12-inch by 12-inch footer with rebar in it to code in order for us to be able to pour your screen enclosure. I'm sorry, pour your footer for your screen enclosure. Okay, so that's after you put those two numbers in, it automatically populated this number here. So it says screen cost with footer, and that's how much your screen enclosure would cost, right? 15,617. And then you can see up here, it added the number to your total selected build cost. So this is how much your Coronado with the Mystic spillover with a screen enclosure would cost you, okay? And that's without selecting a bunch of other things at the bottom that we'd need to select, but we'll see how this, works out. So we've got dig, drop, and backfill. All right, this has certain, you either have not needed if you're going to select just a spa. So you would not need a dig, drop, and backfill. You would select that. If you need us to haul the dirt away, because you live in a, let's say, a 0 lot line area and you don't have room for the dirt to go, we would haul that away. You would select that dig, haul, and backfill. Okay, and that adds numbers to this, which consequently adds numbers to that, and it changes that in real time. If you have a big area for us to drop the dirt, you select dig, drop. and backfill, and that changes the number there, changes the number there. All right. Do we need a bobcat at your house? Do you have a big yard where we can just have the concrete truck and the um, dump truck just drive to the back of your yard without us shuttling the dirt from the back of your yard to the front of the yard where the dump truck would be parked? So if you do have a big backyard, you select no bobcat needed. The guys can just drive right up. If you don't, and we do need to get a bobcat in order to shuttle the dirt, you select there, select yes, and it will add the current numbers for what our bobcat charge would be in order to do that. Secondly, or thirdly, really, fencing is here. We do also take care of that. And these are the fence choices if you would like. So we have wood fence, we have black aluminum fence, and a PVC fence. Once you select that here, it will show you what the fencing will look like here. And same thing with this aluminum fence. It will populate that there. And same thing with this white PVC fence. It shows you how that will look there. Okay, so we've got the fencing linear feet is what you would need to determine how much fencing you'll need. So let's just say we've got 100 linear feet for fencing, and this is what would populate right there. And that adds to your build numbers there. It's a very powerful tool, as you can see, and it makes it super simple because you don't need to keep calling us to say, hey, well, how about 50 square feet of this, or how about, can you add a little bit more fencing? This tells you right away, and it's your personal pricing spreadsheet that will be on, we use your last name for it, so nobody else is changing the numbers but you. And you can pick up, where you left off. You don't have to choose everything in one day. Talk it over with your spouse and what have you. And so let's see here. We choose one gate, and then you see how it took it from 35 and now it's 39.50. Okay, and next we'll run into the sod. Okay, now we will destroy your backyard 100%. It will get destroyed. Okay, so you're gonna, a lot of people, I don't know, you guys want to either have us do it, or you can have somebody else do it later on, or do it yourself. A lot of people just want to put this into their build so that they don't have to worry about replacing the sod afterwards, and we take care of that for you. We've got 3 different choices here. We've got Bahia. It will show a picture of what that Bahia looks like. That's a very durable grass, if you don't know already, but Bahia is just a very basic, durable grass that works great in Florida climate. It's not the best grass out there, but, it's pretty darn decent. Everybody knows St. Augustine. St. Augustine is pretty good in the full sun, but if you have a lot of shaded area, you don't want to go with St. Augustine. And zoysia, there are some varieties of zoysia that will work great in the shade. So we will determine that if you need it. And then square footage, you would put how much replacement sod that you need. Let's just go with 1,000 square feet. And then there you see the zoysia populated number with $2,200. So let's see what would happen if instead of zoysia, 1,000 feet of that, we selected St. Augustine. Boom, it changes the number right away, gives you a different picture, and it changes that for you there. So you see what I mean about how you can play to your budget with the parameters or the selections in here on the build. Next, we go to the concrete texture. This is your deck area. So choose your deck, it says, and let's move this down. Sorry, let's go here. We're going to go to choose your deck. All right. So we've got 3 different choices: texture, concrete texture and paint. We've got decorative concrete, and we also have brick pavers. All right. So once you select that, over here, it will use these numbers up here for the deck numbers, total decking square feet, 500, and then it will populate the number right here. Sorry. Whoa, what just happened? That is definitely wrong. I will have to fix that, but no big deal. We'll select this, and I'll go back later on to see why those numbers were different. anyway, so let's see, 13,272 is what it would cost for your decking, and that changes the numbers at the top. You see how that works. Next is your tile. We go through the tile. This takes in consideration all of the numbers at the top of the build with your perimeter, and that is populating, or I'm sorry, that's used once you select your tile. That will show you the picture here of the tile and then how much that tile would cost right there. So that would be just a regular 6x6 tile. Let's show you what some glass tile might, because that's kind of the bee's knees on most people here. And let's just do these 1x2s. This is a glass tile there. It's showing you what it would look like and how much it would cost right there. Okay. Next is your pool surface color. So we'll take this. These are the colors just for Latham. And so let's say we want a nice night sky G2. All right. This will populate here, and then it'll give you the price of the pool. That would be this color right here. And this is how much the shell would cost. Well, both the shells, really. That is your Coronado and your Mystic spillover. So that's how much both of those would cost. And that, like I said, adds into your build right here. And now you see the cost is there. So it was pretty low before until we got to our selection for the Night Sky G2. And this is what it would cost for Whisper White, which is their basic color. Then there is a G3. This is the colors with little specks in it that reflect off the bottom. It looks really cool, sparkling. And that's it with the Night Sky G3. Okay, next is our equipment package. You can see here we've got a different tier. We've got our tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 packages. No package if you already have pool equipment there, which most people don't, but I am replacing a pool that somebody wrecked on a different, different job, not ours, some other pool builder. But anyways, they would select no package here if they already have pool equipment. But generally most people on a pool and spa build, you are going to want either the tier 2 or tier 3 package because that has automation on it. The tier 1 really is just our basic bare bones that does not have any automation, doesn't do anything in particularly special. It's just a pump and a salt system. All of our builds, we have salt systems on there. I do not sell any pools without salt systems because I've come from a Poolcare background. That's where I started into the pool industry. And I know that that is the easiest and the best way to give you the most enjoyment out of your pool. I don't want to build you a pool and give you a headache. We want to basically build you a pool and make life easier on you and make life fun for you and the kids. So that we'll just pick our tier 2. Over here, you can see where it says Hayward Omni VS. This is the whole area right here where you can click, and all these links will take you to more information about that particular equipment, so that you can read more about that and see what's involved. And then, like I said, it populates here the price for that, and then it changes that here just the same. This is the a la carte equipment area. You can select different things that is not in this tier 2 package you might want to have. Let's see what we've got here. Extras. Let's go with deck jets. Let's say you want little sprays that shoots into the pool. Well, here populates a little link that will explain more about what deck jets are. And, there's a whole bunch of different things. So let's say you want deck jets and you're like, yeah, we'll keep the deck jets. And we want, how about a sheer 500, 2 feet? So this will show you what a sheer descent looks like, which is another waterfall that we can build for you to, give you a little bit more pizzazz and little ooh-ah factor, okay? We've got heat pumps on here, which that's an electric heat pump that will populate here, and that adds this to the build, and it adds that to the build here. So you see here with the a la carte equipment, there's so many different things that you can add onto your pool. We've got, different color pool lights, pool and spa lights, water features, controllers, gas tiki torch, autofill and auto drain. I highly recommend that. A lot of people don't select that, but it is something that, for $700 for the whole time that you'll have your pool, you don't really have to worry about filling or draining your pool. And, what's that worth to you? Well, to a lot of people, it's worth $700. It's really not that much. Um, and, it does add a lot to the pool. Freeing you up without you having to worry about, hey, we got to fill up the pool, or hey, a storm's coming, we need to drain it. So let's see here. A couple other things on here. We've got gas heater. That's usually for pools, or I'm sorry, for people that just want to heat their spa and they don't want to worry about heating their pool. Now, that being said, if your area is plumbed for gas, you might want to go with a gas heater instead of an electric heat pump. But if you're not plumbed for gas, you might want to go with an electric heat pump. So we've got a heat pump here, or you can have both. I've had customers, want both the power of gas heater and a heat pump. So you can, select either one of those. And if you have any questions on the a la carte equipment, feel free to call us here at the office, and we'll be able to go over each one of those items if you click over here on the links, and then you still don't understand what's involved, then we can explain that to you. Down here is our other charges on the build. This is for permit, admin, and engineering. This sometimes changes depending on what manufacturer and how hard and complex your build is going to be. Let's say we have to do a retaining wall, or you live where there's, I don't know, things that we have to contend with that we don't normally have to contend with on an average build. Then this number would change. Plumbing, same deal with on an average plumbing. Let's say all of a sudden on your property, we have to run the plumbing super long because your pool's way out that way and we want the equipment way over here. Then that will add to the build cost, and I will adjust that manually if we determine it's not an average build. Same thing with electrical. That's what will go on here. If we have to, let's say, upgrade your electrical panel to handle the heat pump, then that will be an out of the ordinary charge, and we will let you know once we go through with that. But you will always get the average numbers on here pushed onto your quote. That way it, gets you as close to possible to say, hey, this is probably what you're going to expect to pay on your pool build, out the door. All right. Heavy equipment numbers and craning, that's on here. Now, let's show you this. So craning, it says, about 1,500, and that does depend on, a single story home. If you're a double story, or two-story home, we have to get a heavier crane or a bigger crane in order to lift the fiberglass pool over your house. This number will go up, and I have to change that manually. But like I said, you get the gist. Most of this stuff here is already, is manually set, and you wouldn't be able to change it anyways if you wanted to. Let's say here you wanted to go with a concrete gunite pool, right? So that changes that right there. And then all this stuff changes here. We're going to go with a gunite build 12 by 25, and we'll click no spa. Then you'll see at the bottom here, it's going to take off the charges for craning, because you do not need to crane a gunite pool onto your property. We just build that there. So it does change a lot of things depending on what you select up here, and manipulates the numbers here to show you in real time what you would have to pay in order to have 500 feet of deck, gunite pool build, this much train track, this much screen enclosure. All that stuff takes into consideration with your your choice for decking, and your choice for your different surfaces. So here's gunite pool. Instead of it being the G2 or G3 colors, now you've got quartz and you've got pebble to to look at, and it populates the um, the surface color there, and as well as changes the price here for you. So there's a lot of power right at your fingertips that I created for you so that it makes it super easy that you guys can take your time. You don't have to worry about, we're going to bug these guys 5 times a day to change certain things on our build. We can do this right then and there. And if you'd like, as you're going through it, we can help you out, go through it with you, and help you with each selection if you would rather us go through each one for you to dial in your pool build. So there you have it. I hope that helps you out. Oh, let's go over one more thing. So I'm going to choose a couple selections here. We'll go back to our Latham pool build. Let's click the Coronado and we'll do a Mystic Spillover Spa, tanning ledge. Let's check this Hermosa. And I'm going to show you a little bit. So we've got this here, the white PVC fence. We've got St. Augustine grass, and we've got this blue wave tile. Once you select color, whoops, let's go here, Whisper White. Let's go with the Night Sky G3. Okay, so once you get done with all of that, on the bottom here, it says click here for pictures after selections. You click there, and here on this next page, it will give you a blown up view of what your pool would look like in real life. These are just some pictures that we took of builds previously. It also shows you, populates your tile that you chose, your sod, fencing, the surface color, and all this. So it gives you a little bit more, aggregated view of how things will look after you're done putting in a pool with us. The only thing I don't have on here is decking, and I will work on that. So that will be something down the road that we'll get so that you can see what either your pavers or your concrete deck would look like. So there you have it. I really hope you enjoy this. And, like I said, I personally made it. It did take a long, long time, and I am very happy to show it to you and put the power of a pool build into your hands, and hope that you enjoy this and select us to build your pool with you. All right. Thank you so much. And you have fun there. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.